Opening the special council meeting of the 29th of April 2025 at 6 p.m. and welcome all those in attendance. I wish to inform you that the meeting will be live streamed and recorded. The video will appear on the council's website and YouTube channel. The public gallery will not be recorded unless accidentally and only a participant in the meeting, namely a person asking questions at public question time, will be live streamed and recorded. If you wish to ask a question at public question time, your voice and image will be recorded and live streamed. If you do not consent to your voice and image being recorded and live streamed to the public, then you'll need to leave the meeting. By staying at this meeting, you consent to your voice and image being live streamed and recorded. No other electronic, visual or audio recording device or instrument can be used to record the proceedings of this meeting without prior written permission from the council, as outlined in City of Belmont Standing Orders, Local Law 2017, Section 8.17. Before I begin, I'd like to acknowledge the Whadjuk Noongar people as the traditional owners of this land and pay my respects to elders past, present and emerging. I further acknowledge their cultural heritage, beliefs, connection and relationship with this land which continues today. Councillor Davis, will you please read the affirmation of civic duty and responsibility on behalf of elected members and officers present?
Thank you, Mayor Rossi. I make this affirmation in good faith and declare that I will duly, faithfully, honestly and with integrity fulfil the duties of my office for all the people in the City of Belmont according to the best of my judgment and ability. I will observe the City's Code of Conduct and Standing Orders to ensure efficient, effective and orderly decision-making within this forum.
Thank you, Councillor Davis. Apologies. We have an apology from the officer, Mr W. Lowe, Director of Development and Communities. Leave of absence. I note there are no councillors recording as of leave of absence for this meeting. Declarations of interest. Will the Manager of Governance and Legal please advise of those declarations made to date?
Thank you, Worship. We have received no declarations as yet.
Announcements. I have one. Before we begin today's meeting, I'd like to take a moment to reflect on why we're gathered here. Over the Easter weekend, we lost a colleague and a friend to many. On behalf of my fellow elected members and everyone at the City of Belmont, I extend our heartfelt condolences to Councillor Powell's family, friends and all who knew her. Councillor Powell was a long-standing and respected member of council, serving the local community for more than 20 years. She represented the South Ward and contributed to numerous committees. In 2017, she received the Walga Long and Loyal Service Award. Her commitment to the City of Belmont and to those she served will be remembered. May she rest in peace. The disclaimer, 603. I wish to draw attention to the disclaimer notice contained within the agenda document and advise those members of the public that any decisions made at the meeting tonight can be revoked pursuant to the Local Government Act of 1995 for WA. Therefore, members of the public should not rely on any decisions until formal notification in writing by Council has been received. 4.3. Declarations by members who have not given due consideration to all matters contained in the business papers presently before the meeting. Are there any declarations to be made by elected members? There are none. Public question time. Under Regulation 7(4)(b) of the Local Government Act, Administration Regulations 1996, questions by members of the public can only be in relation to the matter on the special council meeting agenda. It is 6:04 p.m. and I open public question time and draw the attention of the public gallery to the rules of public question time as written in question time form. Under Sections 6.3 and 6.4 of the Standing Local Laws 2017, members of the public are reminded they must extend due courtesy and respect to both elected members and employees. Please do not use inappropriate, objectionable or untruthful expressions or expressions that reflect adversely on the character or actions of elected members or employees. If any expression is deemed inappropriate, you'll be directed to withdraw the expression and apologise. If you do not comply, I will have to end the question. Lastly, remind and caution everyone present at this meeting to refrain from making defamatory statements, especially if the proceedings are live streamed. Please remember that only questions relating to the agenda item tonight will be answered. Under section 6.2 of the City's Standing Orders, Local Law 2017, members of the public can ask up to 2 questions and have a maximum of 2 minutes per question for the question to be asked and answered. Please note that sub-questions, being questions within questions, will be counted towards the total number of questions permitted. The question number and time limit is to allow fair and equal opportunity for everyone to ask their questions before the proceedings continue. I've received no members of the public who have given prior notice to asking questions. Are there anybody else that wishes to ask a question? Janet G. Please come forward. Please state your name and suburb only.
Janet G. Cloverdale. I knew Janet very well, and I would like to ask if Council will consider voting not to spend money. Janet would not have wanted that. And also would like to ask, why is this being live streamed when it's not an OCM and you won't live stream the ABF?
Responses for both questions. Mr. CEO.
Thank you, Worship. In response to the first question, Council will obviously make that decision tonight when they get to the item. With regard to the other question, special council meetings fall under the legislation of being live streamed similar to ordinary council meetings. Thank you, Worship.
Thank you very much for your questions. There being no further questions, I close public question time at 6:07 p.m. We move to reports of administration. 6.1, request to WA Electoral Commissioner, exemption from extraordinary election for Southwood vacancy. I need a mover and a seconder. Moved by Councillor Marks, seconded by Councillor Sekula. Councillor Marks.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is a very tragic time, and I feel it in my bones and have done for the last week or so. Certainly, I don't think we should be holding an extraordinary election, which is going to cost everyone $40,000 for someone to be on council for just a couple of months. So I would agree with the council proposal. As far as Janet Powell is concerned, she was a great personal friend of mine, and she was a great friend of a lot of the councillors who are here at the moment and have been councillors. She was a councillor for more than 20 years, as a matter of fact, probably about 22, 23, I think. She was great in that she understood all the council items. I can't remember ever having to say to her, gee, Janet, you got that way wrong, or you know, what happened there, or Janet was good, and she was a great speaker. We could rely on Janet to speak properly and in a good, fluent manner, no matter what the item was. I'd like to express my condolences to her daughters, Rachel and Naomi, and her partner, Arthur, and mother, Enid. I hope that in time they will recover from their grief and remember the good times and the good person that Janet was. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Move to the seconder. Councillor Sekula.
Thank you, Worship. Thank you, Councillor Marks, for your words, and I, like everybody in the chamber here, endorses those words. I have, I guess, a concern that this has had to come to a special council meeting. I certainly endorse the recommendation put forward by the council officers. I think it's a common sense outcome, and one that we should endorse. Thank you, Your Worship.
Anybody else wishes to speak for or against? Councillor Ryan?
Yeah, thank you, Mr Mayor. Just on Janet, I came on council in 2013 and Janet was a councillor, but prior to her, I knew Janet and her family because they had a restaurant in Highgate called The Church, and so I had quite a bit to do with it. But when I came on council, I found she was an excellent councillor, got on with it particularly well, and I endorse Councillor Mark's remarks about the family. It's a very sad occasion for them, and I know they've taken it very, very badly. So eternal rest grant unto the soul of Janet, and she'll be well remembered for everything she did in life, and particularly for the time she served on the City of Belmont. Thank you.
Thank you for those words. Anybody else wish to speak? No. Move back to the mover.
Nothing more to say, Mr Chairman.
Thank you. We'll now go to voting. Voting is now open. Please use the buttons on your microphone screen. Voting is now closed, and it's carried unanimously. Thank you. Matters for which the meeting may be closed, there are none. There being no further business to conduct, I thank all those in attendance and close the meeting at 6:11 p.m. Can I remind councillors, can you please make your way to the Rivervale room for the information session, which will start as soon as we assemble there. Thank you, everybody.